What is a trusted advisor and how do you become one? And what is trust anyway? In this video, we discuss the idea of the trusted advisor, look at how we can define what it is and what you need to do to become a trusted advisor. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit like and subscribe to keep updated on the new content that we release. My name's Andy Waterhouse. I'm a pre-sales coach. Let's get started. If you've worked in or around a sales team or consulting organization for any period of time, then you'll almost certainly have heard of people referring to themselves as trusted advisors. We use the word trust in our daily lives all the time. Our friends, partners, children, parents, colleagues, banks, and even governments, at least some of the time anyway. We hear a lot in the cybersecurity world about zero trust architectures. But what do we mean by trust, and is there a way we can easily define it? There are a number of dictionary definitions of trust. For example, a firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. Confidence or faith in a person or thing, or in an attribute of a person. But is there a way we can make that more tangible and understandable in our professional world? Well, it turns out that Charles H. Green came up with a great way of defining trust using the trust equation. He says that trust is credibility plus reliability plus intimacy over self-orientation. So what do each of these elements mean? Credibility is about who we are, our background and experience. It's demonstrated when we say something like, "I can trust what she says about this topic. She's very credible on the subject." We associate credibility with expertise. Reliability is all about how we act as individuals. Do we do what we say we'll do? If you say that you'll send a document to someone tomorrow, does it get sent tomorrow or is it a few days later? Reliability and dependability are closely related. Intimacy is a really interesting element. This is really about your relationship with the person and how much they'll share with you. If they feel safe in sharing something in confidence, then you're building intimacy. Intimacy is very easy to destroy, and we'll discuss that shortly. Finally, we need to talk about self-orientation. This element details the driver behind what we're doing. Are we doing it for ourselves, for the customer, or for mutual benefit? You may hear a customer say something like, "I cannot trust him on this deal. I don't think he cares enough about me. He's just focused on what he gets out of it." That's a bad place to be if you're trying to build trust. In pre-sales, we're often seen as having the right self-orientation as we actively want to help the customer solve their challenges. So if we can pull together the elements of the trust equation and ensure that we've got the right self-orientation, does that make me a trusted advisor? Well, maybe. Let's look at what it takes to become a trusted advisor. To become a trusted advisor, we need to start by looking at how we build trust. That means focusing on credibility, reliability, and intimacy. We build credibility through learning and building our experience in the market that we work in. If you think about the people that you view as being credible, they'll probably have been through detailed training, then spent time working their trade, building their skills and experience. This is not just about technology people, but artists, carpenters, athletes, as well as business professionals. But experience is something that takes time to build. To build your credibility, you need to get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself to focus on learning. Make it a habit and take the time to broaden your experience. Reliability is also a personal habit. Be on time for whatever event's arranged, a meeting or a call. If I'm traveling to a meeting, I always add a 60-minute buffer for travel delays. If the travel's on time, then I've got time to catch up on email and tasks. If there are delays, I still get to the meeting on time. If you say that you're going to do something, then do it. Don't overcommit if you know you don't have the time. There's a separate video on this channel called The Fine Art of Saying No to help push back on work, but build time into any commitment to guarantee that you deliver as promised. A wise person once said, "Under-promise and over-deliver." As I mentioned earlier, intimacy is a really interesting element in the equation. There are metrics that can be put in place for credibility and reliability, but how do you measure intimacy? This is where we have to recognize that we all have feelings or a sixth sense, a view that's based on what our heart tells us about someone or something rather than our brain. Do we believe that if we share something in confidence with the person, that they'll treat that information with the care that it deserves? Intimacy is a key element in really understanding what's happening in an opportunity to get that inside track. How do you treat information that's shared confidentially? But the real kicker is self-orientation. When I first moved into an SE role, the sales manager that I was working for explained that when we walk into a meeting with a customer, they'll look at him and think that he's there to steal their money. They'll look at me and see someone that's there to help solve their problems. We have the same credibility, reliability, and intimacy, but the customer view of self-orientation for the two of us is very different. And that's why the levels of trust for each of us are different. When it comes to building trust, everyone has to start somewhere. We've all started from zero on the journeys that we're on. You need to be active in building your work experience. Set a goal of being the best person that you can be at whatever grade you are now. Ask to work on different types of account and opportunities, and go and watch the best people in your team and see how they prepare and deliver their work. And finally, ask a more senior person in your company to mentor you. Being mentored is one of the best ways to improve yourself. Oh, and don't forget, you can come to the pre-sales coach for specific pre-sales training as well. It can take weeks, months, and years to build trust with someone, but it takes just seconds to destroy it. Credibility and reliability tend not to be the areas that you'll destroy trust, unless you lied about your skills and experience, or you just don't do what you committed to. They're measurable and quantifiable. However, intimacy and self-orientation can change your situation in the blink of an eye. How many times have you heard that in a sales cycle, people buy from the heart and then justify in the mind? You need to win both heart and mind. A failure in intimacy or self-orientation can mean a change of heart very quickly. Think about those opportunities that you've worked on that seem to be progressing really well. You and the AE are doing all of the right things, or so you thought. But now the champion has gone silent and they're not responding to your calls, emails, and messages. What happened? Maybe someone in the team shared a piece of confidential information with a different department at the champion's company, and that embarrassed our champion. Bang goes intimacy, and trust just got destroyed. Or maybe the AE is behind their target this quarter. They really need this deal to come in, so they start applying too much pressure on our champion. The champion then realizes that the AE is not really in this together with the champion at all, and bang goes self-orientation, and trust just got destroyed once again. Breach of trust kills opportunities, and it takes a huge amount of effort to try to recover them. Communicate with the team working on the opportunity so that everyone knows the situation, who the key people are that we need to build trust with, and clearly identify confidential information. The next time you hear someone say that they're a trusted advisor, run through the trust equation in your mind and make a call as to whether you believe them or not. Being a real trusted advisor is an amazing position to be in. It brings lots of benefits as you work with customers and establish long-term relationships. But it also creates risks if you abuse the trust that you're given. If you like this video, then hit like and subscribe to keep updated on the new content that we release. And why not subscribe to our newsletter for updates on what's happening, plus hints and tips about pre-sales. Links are in the video description below. And feel free to share your thoughts and comments below as well. Until the next time, I'm Andy Waterhouse. I'm the Pre-Sales Coach. Thanks for watching.